guys. Great call. We loved hearing you tonight. And Gazy, hopefully we see you back on the jump desk next week.
My word. Can't wait.
It's not what you said.
We can wait.
Copes, come on.
Be nice.
Be nice.
be
We
nice.
do miss him. But we should talk about this game because it was a terrific game, as we mentioned. Cairns really got off to a little bit of a slow start, but they came back in that first half, they really dominated and came. We talked about the Sydney Kings and maybe that 2-week layoff causing them some issues early. It looked like they were slow and rusty.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear when we get to catch up with a player what they thought about the three-point defence, because we know the Cairns Taipans are going to go ballistic from out there. They are going to let it fly because they've struggled scoring in the paint. In the first half, they knocked them down. In the second half, they didn't, and that's how this game turned.
All right, well, Derek Walton Jr. has been good enough to join us after the Sydney Kings took a 1-0 lead in the series. Congratulations, Derek, on the win. How did you see that play out after maybe a slow first half?
Well, you realize that it's a game of 4 quarters. It's good to have some sense of urgency, but it's not okay to panic. I think it was good that we didn't go in halftime panicking. The third quarter was going to be, the first 5 minutes was very important, as you've seen. And we just try to do what we do down the stretch. And I think we did a good job in imposing our will on what we do best.
Derek, what is it about the Cairns Taipans with you guys? Every time you play them, it's a tough, tight game. And it seems like you went through this league and you beat everybody else, but Cairns always give you a really tough match.
Well, you know, familiar with the team. There's always going to be a tough battle, of course. I think they're very familiar with what we do, and likewise with them. They made some shots early that made it a little difficult to kind of stay with our schematic game plan. But, of course, down the stretch, and, you know, when you're trying to win a championship, you got to find ways to win. And I think that was a testament to us. We did that, and, you know, we got another game Friday and trying to close it out.
Derek, it's the first time we've seen Xavier Cook since he was crowned the MVP, and you spoke about imposing a physical will on this team, and it felt like he was the head of that. 27 points, a couple of monstrous dunks. What did you see from the MVP?
We just got out in transition. Let our athletes be athletes, and him being one of them. He make plays above the rim, as you've seen, and you know, we try to get in a half-court set. We try to get the best shot available, and you know, put a lot of pressure on the defense. Of course, he was, you know, on the back end of a lot of thunderous dunks, of course. But it's always good to have a guy that can, you know, catch in a roll and make a play for us. And it's always just, like I said, it's always good to have a guy that can make plays for us.
How much time and planning went into, I guess, the lead-up in terms of shutting down DJ Hogue and really focusing in on him? Because we heard Chase Buford talking about him quite a bit, telling you guys to shut him down and watch out for him.
Well, every team has a key player. He's just so happy to be theirs. He's a guy that can, you know, score from 3 levels, so he's always a threat. And, you know, him making shots spaced us out a little more. And in the second half, we did a better job of keeping him intact. And like you said, I think we only allowed probably 20-some points, and that was a big part of it. Just, you know, being able to track shooters and run them off the line and make them do stuff that they're not accustomed to doing.
The depth on this team, and there was some foul trouble for players, and they spent a lot of time at the free throw line in the first half. You have guys like Galloway, Bruce, these players that have contributed so much all season long. There seems to be extreme trust, no matter what the scenario, winning, losing, wherever you are in the game.
Well, you talk about Bruce. He's a guy that's been in this league. He's obviously won the championship and played in the postseason. So guys like him is always going to be somebody we lean on. And he's going to make heady plays and big-time plays when we need them. And that goes to every guy that, you know, get a chance on this team. Everybody's very, very, very prideful about their minutes and making the most of them. And, you know, like I said, there's not one guy that helped us win tonight. It was a collection of whoever played the game tonight. And I think that'll serve us well down the stretch, just, you know, being able to, you know, throw different guys at teams down the stretch.
Well, Derek, we absolutely love watching the Kings go about their business. Go get some rest. No, it's a big game on Friday, so best of luck. And thank you so much for joining us on The Jump tonight. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate you guys. Y'all got to take care.
Derek Walton Jr. there joining us on The Jump. What should we talk about now with the Sydney Kings? Because, I mean, they really made that statement. But when we look at Cairns, and we probably need to think about how they're going to turn the tables now, the three-point shooting, Kane, I mean, Jonah Antonio was on fire early, wasn't he?
Yeah, we questioned the depth of this Cairns team, Copes, and how they were going to overcome injuries, which they have done all season long. But tonight, the answer was shooting more threes. So just to put some context to the numbers, their three-point rate this season has been 44%, number one in the league, which means 44% of their shot attempts are threes. Against the Kings in 3 games this season, it was 52. Tonight, it went up to 54. So more than half of their field goal attempts were coming from 3. That's clearly how they think they're going to win, but they were also outscored in the paint 58-26.
Absolutely, but they never would have expected Antonius to play the way he played that first half. He shot the lights out in the first half. But the thing is, now Sydney have to go back now and put him in the scouting report. They know he can shoot the ball. We got him, and we got DJ from the outside as well. If they can play the way they played the second half, then I think Sydney can wrap it up.
Well, we need to talk about Xavier Cooks as well. We obviously know he is the MVP, but he was also our performance player of the game, presented by Musashi Energy Drink. 27 points, 14 rebounds, and that beautiful dunk, Copes, right in the last 30 seconds or so of the game. You went absolutely off.
Absolutely. He had a couple of nice dunks. He's an athlete. Look, and I've been saying this all year. He's the MVP. He's the true MVP because whatever happens, the way he goes is how Sydney goes. I don't expect to see him in this league a lot longer. It'll either be Europe or the NBA because he has the quality to be an NBA player.
Yeah, he does. And we spoke about turnovers to start this game and how the Cairns could maybe get out in transition. Instead, it was Sydney in the second half. It wasn't them blazing away from 3, but they were able to get those points on the fast break. And as Derek said, if you get the ball to Xavier Cooks and he's got space in front of him, he's going to throw it down. And I don't think he was too concerned about the Cairns Taipans having a rim protector there to slow him down. So this was pretty dominant from him.
So it is a short turnaround because Friday we are back. These two sides going head-to-head once again. Cairns, it's do or die for them, really. And the big question is, are they going to get Tajir McCall back for this game? Didn't play tonight, that partially dislocated shoulder. We know that Keanu Pinder is not going to take any part. What's your gut feel, Kane?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Apparently he was close. He was close tonight, but that's a difficult injury to come back from. But it is do or die. The one thing I will say, Copes, you would have been in situations where you've had a player play a breakout game like a Jonah Antonio. You want to win those games. When you get the unexpected performance, you want to take advantage and win. So maybe this is a tough one for the Cairns to get over.
No, the semi-finals, of course, continue tomorrow night because we are heading down to Tassie. Cannot wait for this one. The Jack Jumpers taking on the New Zealand Breakers. The Breakers obviously lead the series 1-0. Copes. How do the JJs turn it around tomorrow night? No Josh Majette.
Well, they got to get some more offense. New Zealand play defense. They really play defense, and they just swallowed, the Jack Jumpers down the other night. So I think if the Jack Jumpers can get some more offense, like you said, maybe bring McVay into the starting lineup, have some guys shoot the ball, then they give themselves a chance. But you never count them out because they always fight to the very end.
Well, my State Bank Arena is going to be going absolutely bonkers, I reckon, tomorrow. We cannot wait for this. And what about this? $50,000 on the line. If you don't mind, check out this guy.
Hey, he would have been practicing that all week long. That
Unbelievable.
All net game.
Why doesn't he have a bigger smile on his face? He's just acting like this is just business as usual.
Absolutely nonchalant.
50K.
His friends were happier than he was.
Yeah.
Amazing. Stay with us on The Jump. Plenty more still to come. We're going to turn our attention to the NBA after this. Well, the Sydney Kings survive a first half scare. They take a 1-0 series lead in the semi-final against the Cairns Taipans. The Taipans led by 9 points at half-time, but the Kings were so dominant in the third, reminding everyone just why they are the team to beat this season. Xavier Cooks, he was outstanding, 27 points and 14 rebounds. You are watching The Jump. We're having plenty of fun here tonight, but it's now time to turn our attention to the NBA. We spent a lot of time on the NBL, and it's Truth or Trash, which is our favourite segment of the night.
I think it's your favourite. I don't know about mine, but here we go.
Well, you are up first, so you better bring it.
Here we go.
All right, Truth or Trash, the Suns are now the best in the West, Copes.
Phoenix Suns, when you add a guy like KD, it boosts you.
Who?
Of course. Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
All right. Now, they're in fourth place right now, but Kevin Durant brings the fire. He can shoot. He's probably the best
He's
player
also
in the league.
injured.
That's all right. He'll be back. You had him, with CP3, Booker, Aiden, and then Terrence Ross from Orlando. Now they can open it up. CP3 likes to pass that ball. He gets those guys.
If he gets on the court.
See, no, obviously she doesn't like it. Look, trust me, they will be in the finals. Penny Suns, I'm calling it right now.
Nice.
Oh,
Calling it. Big
look
shot.
at you New Zealand Breakers.
Okay.
It's not a bad call, honestly. It's a fine call.
All right, it's on me now. Kano.
Yes.
Truth or trash?
That's me.
Sydney Kings is the obvious market. Sydney is the obvious market for the next NBL team.
Look, it's been a long night. It's late, so we forgive you for that one there. Okay. But we'll say no, I don't think Sydney. I think there is other places that the NBL can go. I think they've explored about potentially going to Darwin. They've explored a second team in WA. There's only one team in WA. Why do you need a third team in New South Wales?
Would you rather go to Darwin or Sydney? Would you rather go to Darwin or Sydney?
You know what? I'd actually rather go to Darwin.
Wow. You guys are working together,
let me
right?
throw out another possibility. The old rivals, the Geelong Supercats.
Oh, yes, I like that.
Bring the Supercats back.
You're a Geelong boy, though, so
just a suggestion.
Biased.
Canberra potentially, but Sydney. No, we don't need Sydney, so we can trash that one.
That is terrible.
Copes, I'm coming straight back to you.
Again?
Now, LeBron, this time last week, we're talking about LeBron James passing the all-time scoring record, but the question I've got for you, has he, since passing the record, checked out, truth or trash?
Why would you say that? Checked out. Why?
Well, he hasn't played since.
Well, he's been injured. Well, how can you play if you're injured? Didn't he hurt his hamstring or something?
I think he's got some foot/ankle.
Okay, so he's injured. He's not checked out. They've added players to this team now. He's excited.
He's going to the
Russell,
Super Bowl.
they've added Vanderbilt, they've added Beasley. They got some players now. He's excited. He wants to get one more ring before he puts it on.
His team is fighting for their playoff life.
They're going to make the play.
Heading to the Super Bowl.
The Los Angeles Lakers will make the playoffs. Another big call by Copeland. I'm making big calls tonight. It's big call night.
Woo!
That's a bad one.
Huh?
I think you need some sleep. Put yourself to bed.
Wow. Okay. Next up, Nat, let's get you involved.
Okay.
All right. Truth or trash? This is the best courtside experience ever. Let's go to this. That looks like you, Nat.
She's about my height. Look at her reaction, which is absolutely brilliant. LeBron just sits down. She's interviewed during the game about what she would ask LeBron if she had the chance. Now, I am actually going to say trash. This is not the best courtside experience ever. And do you know why?
Why?
Because he had to go backstage behind the scenes to actually talk to her. He never even acknowledged her while she was sitting there. The least he could have done was
working.
say
It's a game.
g'day or hi when he sat down.
He's working. He don't say g'day.
So trash. And he should talk to her. Like, come on.
He's at the game. He's working.
I know, but turn around and say hi. Look at that. Look at that. He's snubbing her. Come on. All right, let's move on. Truth or trash? Kane, Luka and Kyrie is a bust already because they're 2-0.
That's not only trash, that's absolutely absurd. That's ridiculous, Copes. They've played only 4 games. Kyrie's played 4 games since he's been in Dallas, but he has been putting up points. And the interesting thing is they've had a couple of close games with Kyrie and Luka, and they've almost been a little bit too unselfish, Coach. They're trying to figure out, they're not trying to step on each other's toes. I'll pass you the ball, you pass me the ball. And they had a couple of mishaps, but they've got some time to figure this out.
It's not going to work, though.
Who's coming up with this?
Kane, it's not going to work.
Did you come up with that one, Nat?
No, our producer did.
Only producer under the bus.
Which, by the way, I should say, Clarkey does a fantastic job.
I look at him sucking up at Clarkey now. You see him?
Brown nosy.
Oh, my God.
A little bit there. You are ridiculous. Now, just quickly before we wrap this show up, NBA All-Star Weekend, are you watching?
Absolutely.
Love it. Love it. Can't wait.
A few days away. Utah Jazz hosting for the first time since '93.
What happens in Utah? Anything?
Don't know. Not sure. I'll be on the couch with some wings, maybe buffalo wings.
That's right. You love your buffalo wings, don't you?
Oh, my goodness. Well, how good was Xavier Cooks tonight? But, of course, the semi-final action continues tomorrow as well. But Xavier Cooks, he is just an absolute star. And as you say, Copes, he's probably not going to be around in this league for much longer. And the Cairns Taipans, Kane, are going to have to find a way to stop him on Friday night. I cannot wait to see that.
Yeah, they absolutely are. They've had some real problems slowing down the Kings in the paint. The Kings actually haven't really broken out offensively just yet, Coach, but they did enough tonight. And without Pinder there, it's going to be challenging for those matchups with Wardenberg and Hogue.
Absolutely. And I'm worried about Shannon because he looked like he walked off with a hamstring.
Hopefully cramp.
Hopefully cramp.
We
He's
will
out.
keep you updated with that. This is tomorrow night, of course, right here on ESPN. Make sure you tune in for this one. Tip, boys. Tassie going to square things up, or are the Breakers just going to suffocate them all over?
Breakers for me.
Yeah, I like the Breakers too, and we may as well continue our tradition of riding off the Jack Jumpers. So they'll probably go ahead and win, but I think it's a bad matchup. I really do.
Yep.
Well, without Josh Magenta, it makes things very, very difficult indeed. Gents, thank you. Lovely just being the three of us, but we do miss Andrew Gaze.
Of course you're going to say that.
We will be
How am I
back
getting home?
next week on the
Call
jump.
Daisy to come pick you up.
But in the meantime, make sure you stay tuned to ESPN, the home of hoops, for tomorrow night's semi-final action. Have a great night.